Down on some lithium companies, starting with thoughts on them. So we'll start with GL1. So my thoughts on GL1 is here. There was moderate risk, high reward, and it's paid off. Also, another thing I'll notice, when you're making a lot of money on shares, that's the time when it seems to do good, you're making money day on day. That's probably a time to sell, although depending on the company, because this company is still in the growth phase. So 390 million, pretty expensive, seems they're not making any money. Though possibly they spend $200 million, and then they're making $200 to $400 million in EBITDA per year on the project. And then they might do that they might get in production 2025, 2030. So that's why you're paying this much for this. So let's look at Core Lithium to explain what I mean. So this company here, no one was buying. And later I'll get into graphite, because I think graphite is the next lithium. So along here, no one wanted this company. Probably had stuff in the ground. No one wanted to buy lithium. You get out of the ground for 500. And look at this. Their study was selling it for $850. So get out of the ground for $500, $400. Sell for $850. But guess what? Now you're selling it for $2,000, even to $5,000. So Pilbara Minerals, huge company, $14 billion. They have an auction. CXO also an auction, but at their auction, they're selling a ton for $5,000, even up to $8,000. And I think the average from the last financial report was like $3,000. So instead of getting $850, you're getting like $3,000, meaning they're doing 197 tons per annum, say roughly 2,000 profit for each. Roughly that's $4 million per year in earnings. They'll pay that back straight away. 1 year, half a year, they'll have paid that back just for this project. And with that $400 million, guess what they're going to do? Go make more lithium, because we need so much lithium. These tons, you need 7 of these tons to make 1 ton of the stuff that goes into a battery. And if you look how much lithium we need heaps right now. Hard rock is the way to get it. You can get it out of the brine, which is in the water. That's where the water's, it's been in the hard rock at like 1%. The rain comes, washes it out of the hard rock into the underground basins, and you get it at like 0.1%. So in the hard rock, you get high percentage, probably maybe a bit more cost to get out. But both are good. Hard rock's better for hydroxide, and apparently brine is better for carbonate. So anyway, back to this. You're getting $400 million a year, so that's why CXO is at this much. And say they use that money to start another mine, which they're doing. They make crazy amounts. So Pilbara Minerals, last year, I think they made, it was like between $500 million and $700 million. Guess what? They're expanding as well. And there is actually room to expand. Apparently it's right to 2030. All the reports saying we're going to be short on lithium. So they're printing money. So fair to say, you want to sell high, but it's going to be high for some time, they predict. Unlike iron ore, which, like, look, we're going from petrol to lithium, ion battery vehicles. Iron ore, the growth isn't, like, there's not an excess demand. There's not like we're going from timber houses all to iron ore houses. I'm not sure that's a good analogy or not. So massive demand growth in lithium ion batteries. So here, guess what? They couldn't sell it, like COVID, etc. They couldn't sell it for the prices. No one wanted to buy them. And if you can, like, right now you think, oh, what a crap company. I should have just saved my money. Oh my god. And that's probably the time to buy if you know that the lithium ion battery revolution is coming. And guess what? How to get free petrol from a service station. So I'll tell you a trick with the service station. If you go to the pump, and guess what, in 5-10 years, it's not going to matter, because you're going to get free petrol from the sun. So you don't even need to know that trick. So that's why we're going towards lithium-ion batteries, because it's free petrol. You put solar panels on your roof. I'm not sure how much money you have, but anyway, it's just way better. It's not this weird engine that's going up and down, exploding petrol. It's just less moving parts. Hopefully you know the story. Yeah, we all like that. We like that sound, but money-wise, and and accelerating really fast wise. It's better in a thingy. We're not quite at the tipping point yet, but we will be soon. So I'm denying a bit here. So anyway, global lithium, yeah, could go to 2 billion, say around 2025. They get into production. They just raised $125 million. So people in China are going to give them money to get this into production. There's so much demand there. I know something crazy might happen. It might die. Sodium-ion batteries are coming on, but we'll still need lithium. Lithium's here and now. But sodium-ion, because lithium is the most rarest part in lithium battery, besides nickel. But if you do LFP, it's lithium. But sodium-ion, everything in the sodium-ion battery is really abundant. They just haven't figured it out yet. It's a bit less energy dense than lithium-ion battery. But we will have both. So that's, anyway, GL1. They got two projects, sorry. Where are we? Oh. So that's Wodgina, huge mine. And there's even the bigger mine here. And there's Malabar. So Minres even liked them. They bought into them. Misres owns half this Wodgina. Own iron ore stuff. And they own other projects, like Minres owns Mount Marmion, I'm pretty sure. So fair to say, my prediction, GL1, it'll be 2025, $2 billion company. And I've made some crazy video here saying there's going to be like some crazy X's. And so far it's coming true. So also this time I was like, oh damn it, this is the time to buy. When everything's down, you have to look through the murky haze and say, well, we're still going to lithium-ion batteries. GL1, like, who else has a lithium in the ground and can get it out? No one. GL1 has it, so that's, you got to be strong. So look at my graphite videos, because graphite can be, this is graphite, dull, run into a shortfall. You picked a company that has a huge grade, huge resource, that was one of the better ones in the world to bring to production, and you rode that pony all the way home. So another lithium one that's, so GL1 has two mines about 10 million tons, which is 10 million tons is heaps. These guys have one of 10 million tons, and they're only $100 million. Don't seem as sexy as GL1. They seem a bit boring actually. Maybe they need to ramp up, change the name, something like that. Who knows? Anyway, this could be a good company. Just, I don't feel it. And if you don't feel something, it's your brain or subconscious telling you something isn't quite right. So you don't have to invest in it. It can go 10x and you could win somewhere else. Oh my god, my videos are just the best, aren't they? So anyway, core lithium. Tesla, who cares? Tesla isn't the growth. Like, Tesla's good, but everyone in China is making these cars as well. Tesla's good, but you can just buy something else. I don't think Tesla is like the iPhone. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Although Tesla might bring out that $25,000 car. But I prefer a Ute because I'm a plumber. Okay, so just remember, you buy low, sell high. So this is why CXO went from this to this, because it turns out no one got out of the ground. Everyone thought they were going to make this much on it and say, oh yeah, we'll just get in production, we'll make a bit of money. Fast forward, they're making way more money. This payback period, I'm not sure it says payback period here, 2-year payback period. So that 2-year payback period went to like half a year. Okay, so this is lithium, and next up is graphite. So I reckon there's going to be shortfall graphite. Everyone's predicting shortfall graphite 2026, something like that. So this company, it's not 40 million. Always look at the ASX, see the price is around 30 million. They got 8 million cash. You could get it for less, and it is risky. They have to do more drilling, a lot of study ahead. Though they got a huge resource, high grade in Kazakhstan. Not too sure about Kazakhstan, but anyway, that's one. Less risky one, IG6 in the ASX. they're at 50 million. So you get the graphite out of the ground, then you have to process it into round spheres of graphite, then you have to coat it. They've actually got a mine, and they've got the downstream processing of milling it into the spheronized graphite. So they're going to go all the way, and I I think the Australian government will back this one, as they did with RNU. So my prediction for this one, it's going to go to like 500,000, and if there's a shortfall in graphite, like what happened to lithium, which I don't think it would be as extreme as lithium. This is more graphite around, there was more of a graphite base. Like lithium, there was nothing, and it was just all batteries. But graphite, they use graphite for other things, so there's graphite mines around. Though who knows, it could go up. This could be a $1 billion company, so that 50 million can go to $1 billion. With the shortfall, could be wrong, but that's how I see it might play out. So it's IG6, another one. Mason Graphite. This one's not on the ASX. It's on stock price. So they get high grade, high resource. It's in America, so it makes sense. Like, doesn't look good that's going down like that. They've doing a joint venture for the mine now, so they own the stuff in the ground. It's really high grade. It's in an area where they can truck it somewhere and process it with hydropower near America. So fair to say, no one likes it now. No one likes it now because graphite, you're not making tons of money with graphite. Fast forward, when instead of getting out of the ground and selling for double your profit, you're selling for like 5 times the profit. And that payback period was 4 years. It's now like 1 year or less than 1 year. So the people are saying, okay, we'll give you the money, just build the mine. And that's when it goes up like this. Like when no one's hyping, when it's all dull, when you want it, when you're like, oh, this is the worst ever, that's when you should be buying. If you can see ahead that there's going to be a graphite shortfall, like graphite goes in the anode of the battery, the solid state, that's not going to be operational for some time. Everyone's building these graphite plants. Could be wrong. Solid state could come out of nowhere and beat it. That's the risk you take. But graphite looks like we're going to need it. It's here and now, and they're doing the process. They're streamlining the graphite process, so them making the graphite process better, lithium-ion battery better, will mean it's even harder for other batteries to come along because they've been practicing this one thing where other batteries, I hope you get the idea. So it's Mason Graphite. There's IG6, Mason Graphite. I think there's one more. No, that was my top layers. And I like to invest ones under 50 million. But there's Volt Resources who, it's come down a bit better buying than 100 million. They have a thing in Ukraine, so they're actually mining in Ukraine now, but it's hard because the war is actually going on. Like everyone's just a bit over the war, but it's still actually going on. And Volt Resources has mine there. They also have a big one in Africa, and they're doing all the downstream in America. So this could, graphite shortfall comes along, this could be a $1 billion, $2 billion company also. I'm just throwing those numbers out there, but it's quite possible if we just keep going with lithium-ion batteries, lithium-ion phosphate, they build these plants, nothing else comes along, it's just all these graphite things that are streamlining that. It's going to be, all these graphite players are going to go to under 100 million to $1 billion to $2 billion. And if you want to risk it now, that's where you make the money. So stuff like this happens. Who knows? And on the way for it going up, there could be shoots and spikes. So if you buy now, the hype, it could be even next, like, who knows, 2023, some crazy shortfall. China goes into winter and they can't process graphite and stuff because there's not enough power to go around. So there could be like some crazy spike. Normally I like to buy a company, hold it for 12 months, so you get that 50% capital gains deduction, which is like free, tax-free money. It's literally the only tax-free money I think around. All the other tax-free money is because you spent something to make your business better. But it's just like, pay me less so I pay less tax. I'll buy this huge, it's going to cost me more money, but I'll pay less tax. But 50% capital gains deduction is just a free write-off with no, just for holding the share for 12 months. So that's it. So send me your company and I'll give you an honest opinion on it. If it's crap, I'm going to tell you it's crap. If it's good, I'm going to tell you it's pretty good. SGA was one brought to me by someone. Came out of nowhere. They do have a long way to go. And yeah, it could even get, it's actually around 30 million, but if it goes to 14 million, they got 8 million cash. It's going to be a pretty good risk to reward. I'm actually holding back, looking for an opportunity. Like, look what happened here. Everything died for some reason. Everyone's like, oh, doom and gloom, big recession. Then it goes back up. Who knows, and go back down again. My thoughts, I wouldn't be buying GL1 now, even though I see it's going to 2 billion, but I think there's better opportunities around where the risk to reward is more in your favor. Although the risk is lowered on this one because they've just raised money. They're ahead on drilling. You get the idea. So it's all risk to reward. It's all game. It's all people's emotions. Like, people don't need to buy electric cars. Well, they may do. Anyway, so that's it for me. Long video. And send me in your stock picks, like any stocks. Rare earths is another good one. Basically, rare earths goes to make the magnet in the electric motor. NdPr are the two rare earths. Nd and PR. They're the two ones in the growth. They make more efficient motors, so then you need effectively less batteries because your motor is more efficient than if you didn't have the rare earth magnets. So China owns that now, but there is some players. This company the other day actually went up 1ASX. Sorry about that. So this company went from 15 to 84 cents. They found niobium, which you mix with steel and makes higher strength steel. So that's just an example. Well, it's pretty risky. No one knows in the ground. They drilled it, hit something. So another company I own, KT on the ASX. Oh, 2 cents. I bought it at 4 cents, I think. 4 and 6 cents. Still hovering around there. They're going to drill, so they could hit nickel and go bananas. They got big targets. You don't know until they drill it. They don't even know until they drill it. They drill it, they find something, and straight up. And they also have the rare earth aspect. So rare earths is another thing that no one thinks about, but quite possible that we'll need them. Rare earth companies. And that's it for this video. A bit of a boring video. It's just me entertaining myself, really. And like and subscribe and send in your stock picks.